Chris, middle of May, market's up 7.5% year to date, and according to this first slide, asset managers still seem very bullish, and particularly in that tech and AI trade over the next 3 to 6 months. But there are some cross currents showing up in the markets. What do you think?
Whenever it gets that crowded to one side, earnings have been very good, but when it gets so crowded, you start to wonder, could there be other things to work, right? You look at this next chart. Fed shares have generally been tested out of the gate when it comes to new terms. Yellen had it a little easier coming out of kind of the expansion from the Great Recession. Stuff got, as cheap as it gets.
Yeah, right.
Meanwhile, we said this last week, the rate hike possibilities have gone up as a result of $120
last week
oil.
when we talked about it.
Yeah, so the cross currents are real. On the one hand, you've got higher inflation, okay?
Right.
That implies higher rates, right?
Right.
When oil doubles, it implies you could have a recession historically. Will we? Who knows? I'm not saying that. I'm just saying there could be reasons in both directions to consider that. What if cash is the thing that outperforms? What if commodities are the things that outperform? Right. This would imply that it ain't going to be rates bonds that are outperforming.
Right, for sure.
Right.
Yep.
In fact, look at this last chart right here. Look at the 2-year yield that we have circled. That would be the proxy for where Fed funds ought to be. It's telling you it ought to be 4 to 4.25.
Yeah,
okay?
which is 1 to 2 hikes above where it is
hikes
right now.
Yeah, it's currently at 3.5 to 3.75. Look. The big hinge pin is still oil. Mm-hmm. If oil starts dropping materially, then you're going to see a return to a risk-on kind of environment. Meanwhile, volatility stays pretty near its long-term average.
Yeah.
But, rates are telling you there's a reason for interest rates to potentially go up. And that cocktail kind of makes for an interesting time. So will equities be the thing? Maybe. Could be commodities, could be cash. Who the heck knows? We'll see.
We'll find out.